Hey, and welcome back to Kayla J's Gospel Hour right here on WURD 96.1 FM, 900 AM, streaming live at wordradio.com. Listen, folks, throughout the month of April, I have bring faith stories to you. Yeah, we've been talking with people about their faith journey, how they met Jesus, and why they still on this road with him. And today I'm super excited to bring my friend and brother, Roland Wilson Jr. Hey, how
What's
you doing?
what's up, Kayla? I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing
Good.
great. Before we get into your journey, just got to do a wellness check with you, my brother. We're still in this global pandemic. It's over a year now. So, from on a
Yes.
scale from 1 to 10, how do you feel?
I said I'm about at an 8. Like I love being in the house, so it hasn't really been a big deal for me. So I'm chilling. So I'm good. I'm good.
Well, that's good. That's good. I love to hear the eights and nines and tens. Earlier in the show, we even got 100. I
Oh
was
wow.
like, well, all right, then you on 100.
Right, right. That's cool.
That's awesome. So brought you here because I know you are a man of faith. Your journey and your walk has always been encouraging to me. So I wanted to just bring you on so you could share with the folks a little bit about your spiritual journey with Christ. So let the folks know, when did you get saved? Do you remember that? And how has that impacted your life?
Yeah, absolutely. So I actually got saved at a super young age. I actually grew up in going to church. My mom would take me and my sister to church all the time, and so um, like just one Sunday, I just like felt the tug to. So we always had altar call, and so I felt the tug to go up and like just commit myself to Jesus. And like ever since that day, like I've been rocking with him, and so of course it hasn't been the most easiest journey. Once you get saved, everything doesn't get perfect. There's still things that you have to work through, things you have to grow through as being a Christian. So yeah, that's how I first met Christ, like in my home church, and then I kind of once I got to college, I began to like kind of go a little bit deeper into knowing Christ and to learn about Him, and I found some amazing people to connect with, and found some Bible studies to join. So that's kind of how I got started.
So you started mentioning it a little bit. The Christian road isn't easy. Sometimes a lot of folks get it twisted. They be like, "Oh, we
Right.
with Christ now, and now everything gonna be super duper easy." So, tell the folks a little bit about how God and Jesus has gotten you through these tough times. Even as a Christian, we feel sometimes a little struggle to stay saved and stay holy, but we persevere through. So, talk a little bit about that time in your life.
Yeah, yeah. So one thing that kind of sticks out to me in particular is, so as you know, like we moved to North Carolina. We moved here in 2019 before the pandemic and everything got crazy. And so I actually moved here the month before I got married just to kind of find a place to live and find a job. And so I moved here without a job. I moved here and I had quit my job back in Virginia. I was like, Lord, I'm gonna just take a step of faith and like just jump out here. And like it was crazy. So I was there for almost a month and a half before I even like got a job. And so that during that time, like I really had to rely on Christ, and I really had to say, like, Lord, even though I can't see it, I can't. It's not tangible right now. Like I know that you're going to provide for us. I know that you will provide a job, an opportunity for me to take care of my family, to provide for my family. So each and every day, I had to pray. I had to rely on the scripture to remind myself, like, God, you promised in your word that you would take care of us. You take care of the birds. You take care of the animals. You take care of so many
Hmm.
other people. Like I know that you promised to take care of us. And so that was definitely one moment that kind of stretched my faith and like called me to like really kind of step up and like really like, hey, do you believe in God or not? Like, do you believe that He will provide for you or not? Like, this is the
Yeah.
moment for to prove that, to see. So
That's amazing. You really just touched on something that I've been meditating on all week. Love that scripture in Matthew, where he says, "Don't worry about what you shall eat, what you shall drink, what you
right.
shall wear." And then Elevation Church just came out with this song, "Jireh, you are enough,"
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they talk about that scripture in that song.
yeah.
And all week I've been meditating on that. And it's just like, if like they say in the song, if He dresses the lilies, how much more will He clothe you? Like,
Yes,
why are we
yes.
worried about
Why?
all of these things
Why?
when God is going to be like, listen, I got you. Just
Exactly.
trust me a little bit. I got you.
Yes.
So that's amazing for me to hear that, and just I feel like it's all confirmation,
Yes, absolutely.
about don't worry about nothing.
You got to.
Um, so you're young, you're newly married. How has God just played a big part of your life? Some people would say, oh, young people, they haven't lived yet, they don't really know. Some people say church is a fad or religion is a fad. So for you, how is that your life?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think first, I had to learn that like although you're a Christian, doesn't mean that you're born that the life is born. Like we still get to have fun. We still get to do things. We go to some movies. We go hang out. Do different things. And so it's like that's like one thing that I had to learn. Like although I'm saved, like I still can enjoy life and do life. Um, but break down your question again. I'm sorry, but
Yeah, no, but no, right. How is God playing a part of your life? Like you were really touching on it right there. People
yeah,
think that saved folks, especially young saved folks, we just out here doing whatever we want to do. But some folks, we really love God and we go hard for God, and but yet we
yeah.
still have fun. So just how do you deal with that, being a young person and being saved?
That's really good. So actually, I've been meditating on Romans 12 and talks about like do not conform to the world, and so that for me has been like a major kind of like anchor for me, like to you see how everybody like kind of living their own life and they're still prospering and they're still like kind of doing life and then they get all they want and so it's like don't worry about that, like don't conform to the world. You don't have to do all these things in order to kind of to stand out to make it. And so just standing on that and just standing on just the fact that that I myself like I want to honor God in all things. I want to please him. I want to just allow people to see him in me and
Mhm.
glorify him as a result. And so kind of that's my making you like just not conform to the world and not worrying about what people may think or what people may say, and just like just making sure that I am doing my part like as a person, as a person, as a human, as a son, as a friend to be a light and to make an impact, I would say.
Awesome. So Roland, you're I know you're a praise and worshiper, and a lot of folks would say, oh, praise and worship is nice. CCM music is nice, but how does that even share Jesus? Some folks say if it's not gospel music, talking about the death, the burial, and resurrection, is not spreading the word. And
Yeah,
I just want to ask you this, as a worshiper, as a worship leader, how do you feel that music, especially Christian music, has impacted your journey with Christ?
that's a good question. And honestly, so I grew up Pentecostal, and so I know exactly kind of where that question is coming from. Like I love the shout, I love the hand clapping, the foot stomping, like I love all of that. And so for me, like the other types of Christian music, it like I feel like it allowed me to go deeper into my relationship with Christ, and like just like it like there's a song that you may be you're probably familiar with, like everybody sings. It's called "Reckless Love,"
Yeah.
and so like just the lyrics of the song, like they're so powerful, and like it just helped me, I guess, in greater ways understand God's love for me, or even like just be in awe, just be amazed by His love for me. Like it talks about well, like the overwhelming love of God that chases me down, and like I know like a lot of gospel songs like kind of focus on like he'll come through. Like I mean, that's great. Like that's awesome songs. Like it's encouraging songs. But I think we also need the songs that help us kind of I guess learn more about God, so to say.
Yeah, I,
Yeah,
I I agree with you there. Like when I think about reckless love in general, that particular song, I think about the relationship. I feel like
yeah,
those type of songs, other Christian songs that aren't so hand clap focused
yeah.
and shout focused, helps you know God's heart. Because He
Right,
desperately wants to be our friend. We talk about there's not a friend like the lowly Jesus,
right.
but we gotta just sit right there. We don't talk about that friendship and what that's like.
Yeah,
So I agree with you there. It helps you. It helps you go deeper, which is why I love that music. You know, it was
Right.
introduced. I'm gonna give you your credit. You introduced me to it. I'm not even going to lie, because I was straight Pentecostal before I met
That's
you.
funny.
Um, but just listening to all that, I feel like it, like you said, it does help you go deeper in your relationship with Christ. It
Yeah.
certainly changes because it's not um actional anymore. Like, I felt like, for me at least, you listen to it, you get a good beat, you get a good dance.
Right.
But now it's relationship work versus,
Right.
oh, how does beat gonna make me feel today?
Right. Right. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Like it's so much more that comes after that. Like you get your good beat, like get your good dance in, but like after that's over, like what can you rely on? Like what can you lean on? What message about Jesus can you can you lean on pretty much
yeah.
during the week and crazy times?
I feel you. So, gotta ask you this one last question before we get out of here.
Yeah.
You're a black man here in America with all the civil unrest going on. How has God helped you through that?
Yeah, that's a really good and like deep question. Like I guess I guess not to really like kind of escape from it, but knowing um that Jesus has endured so much for us, and like that he like protects us, and he like legit takes care of us. And so I think leaning on that, resting in who he is, and just his promises to us, like knowing that that this place is going to pass away, and that like that he has so much more in store and plan for us. And so I guess we're resting on that, and then like just knowing that he cares, like knowing that he doesn't overlook those people that that were killed as a result of police brutality and things like that. Like he doesn't kind of brush it off. He doesn't I guess do away with it. Like he cares so much about us, and like he cares and like he hurts just as much as we hurt, probably even more, because these are his children. These are his creation that is being their lives are being taken. And so just knowing that he cares, and that he is overlooking us. He isn't um like away. He's present with us, and he's hurting like just with us. And I guess that for me brings comfort, knowing that he's there.
That's yeah, that's good. The comfort in knowing that he's there. Sometimes that's all you really need is the
Yeah.
comfort in knowing that he's there.
Yeah.
Um, so before I let you go, someone may be listening to this, a young brother may be listening to this, and they're like, I hear you, Roland. I don't know, Roland. I'm not sure. What would be your suggestion to them? They always say, try Jesus, he's good for you, but really, like, what are your suggestions to the
Yeah.
non-believer right now?
That's a good question. I think I would say like find some people who share beliefs, who share kind of your not necessarily, but not your viewpoints, but like your I guess for like a bit like morals, like what kind of what you I can't find the right words, but like kind of people that kind of would rally around you and like support you and like lead you the right way, lead you to I guess that won't sugarcoat things, like they will tell you the truth, that will kind of help you along this life. And I would even say, like, if you're really like considering like Christianity, considering following Jesus, like find a local church, like find some guys to reach out to I guess get to know kind of who Christ is. I'm even available. Like hit me up. Like I would really like just find some people who you can lean on to, that you can ask questions, about Jesus, about Christianity, that can really like help you. Like I think from my experience, a lot of people like have experienced like church hurt, like they've been hurt by the church, like, and then they kind of brush them off. But I would say, um, like know that that wasn't God's heart for you. Like his intentions in his heart wasn't to push you away like that. So a lot of times it's sad to say, but a lot of times Christians aren't the true reflection of who Jesus is.
Yeah,
And so don't allow people, don't allow people that you see to influence you especially, people that may even be Christians, because we're all imperfect, we're all grown, we're all kind of pushed through this life and trying to understand life. And life is hard, life is challenging, and sometimes I think a lot of people's Christian card goes out the door and they forget who they're supposed to be. But so yeah, I would say like find some people that can like walk alongside you and help answer those questions or concerns that you have.
Yeah, that's good. Uh, folks, Roland is an amazing worship leader. He sends out scriptures. He just said you can connect with him. So let the folks know, where can they find you on social media.
The easiest place would probably be Instagram. My handle is underscore Roland Wilson. I think it's here. Just Roland Wilson, no spaces, nothing.
Awesome. Roland, I certainly want to thank you again for joining me here to share your faith story and your journey with Christ.
Yes, thanks for having me, Kayla.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Again, that's Roland Wilson. Be sure to connect with him on Instagram, especially brothers, if you're looking for someone to connect with because you want to try Jesus and you're just a little afraid. Make sure you connect with him today. I'm Kayla J. This is my gospel hour, and it's time to get back to the music, everybody. You're listening to WURD.